I have a question.
Facts.
A lot has been made of Brian Steele getting Young Thug off in his Georgia State RICO case.
Right.
Do you look at guys like obviously we look at huge names in the podcast game or in the rap game. We look at them with a sense of awe and stuff. Is Brian Steele, from your perspective, is that one of these guys that you look at and you're like, oh yeah, that's a GOAT. That's somebody that I can learn from, that I could study and observe.
I will speak on this and I won't deflect,
Uh-huh.
but I watched 80% of A$AP Rocky's trial in the courtroom.
Okay.
This is not on court TV. That means I can hear the little rats. What's it? Rat on cotton?
Yeah.
The lady from the South said, I can hear rats on cotton.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had to get there at 8:30. You get a little ticket and you go in the back row. Rosenberg, I'm a trial lawyer. I got my pad. I'm writing down every word.
You were just doing this for the love of the game, or?
So I can grow. Joe Tacopina.
Yeah.
This is a once in a lifetime experience. John Lewin, major crimes. He convicted Phil Spector.
Wow.
Right? And then you've got Joe Tacopina. Must love my boy. I even
That's
had a
DA?
little.
Was the same dude that got Phil Spector?
Yeah, he's the major crimes. He's their star.
Okay.
He's their star, John Lewin.
Okay.
I mean, I can speak on this for hours, but what I want to let you know is that when you're in the room and you hear the not guilty and the crowd starts making noise and 8 deputies come out and they're like, the next person who talks is out. And then you see Rakim jumping over the wood and landing on Rihanna for that hug and kiss, which in 20 years, I have never, ever seen it. If he was not on bail, the deputies would have jumped him, even though the jury is right there.
For sure.
So that was, I mean,
Those
game.
moments are what makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
Damn, when you put it like that, that's crazy.
So I've offered commentary on that case. I've also offered commentary on Judge Jeffrey Ferguson's murder trial in Orange County, in which he's alleged to have fired one fatal shot to his wife, Cheryl. Now, this is what's interesting. Cameron Talley is his lead defense lawyer, okay? Judge used to appear in Fullerton, Department N3. And a year before this murder case, he told me and a DA a story about how he was missing 3 of 4 shoulder tendons. Now that became part of the defense, accidental discharge. But now I represent the decedent wife's brother, Larry Rosen, under what we call Marcy's Law, so victims can get a lawyer. Right? Like Garagos is representing the Menendez brothers family.
But is that for wrongful death?
No.
Is that a criminal charge still, or
what's a criminal charge?
What you're when you're representing them on?
No. I'm representing the brother who supports the defendant and wants to see him actually get a misdemeanor, even though the jury was hung 11 for guilt and 1 holdout for not guilty. And you say, Rosenberg, how is he going to get a misdemeanor? Well, I'll tell you, because if he gets a felony of any sort, his 2 sons will be cut off from his pension. So that would mean the DA would be harming their own witness. Philip, his son, testified at trial. So if the DA convicts Jeff Ferguson of a felony, they're now hurting the son, Philip, who testified in their case.
So do they have to remove him as a witness then? Is his testimony
he's
inadmissible?
Already, he testified. There's a mistrial. There's going to be a new trial.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, yes, Rosenberg, I'm here, but I also can do the victim advocacy side. And in this case, it can benefit a defendant. And you may not know this, but under California Constitution, Article 1, Section 28B, Marcy's Law, the victims have the right to go to every hearing, and they actually have the right to address the judge. So what we're doing here is we're basically using criminal law to community organize and attempt to intervene because they want to lock Jeff up for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He's 74. A judge. Imagine which yard he's gonna go to.
PC. For sure, PC, right?
So
Jeff.
what I
He's a
hear,
judge.
the
Yeah,
word
but
I
what
hear,
the fuck is where's Jeff's case? What is Jeff?
it's
Orange
in Orange
County.
County,
You just
Santa
said-
I
Ana.
know, but what is it?
Okay, so it's an interesting question. Let me see if
Yeah.
I can speak on it. So because he's a sitting judge, he can't do his trial with an Orange County judge, right?
Right.
Because the DA can't get a fair trial. Okay, fine. So he's got to get an LA County judge, Judge Eleanor Hunter from CCB. We call it the long cause floor, 9th floor. Very good judge. I've done trials with her. Very experienced long cause judge, probably for 20 years. But now she's sitting in Santa Ana, Department C35, but the jury pool is from Orange County.
And that could potentially be people that he's locked up's family members or things like that. Isn't that kind
or
of
people that love him?
Yeah,
'Cause he's
it could
been
be
a
either way.
judge in
I
that
mean-
area, so it's biased.
Yeah, like me and coming from the community, we come in from like I'm not necessarily psyched on judges for the most part, but I guess
But you were like,
most regular
1%
people are
of
though.
the
Yeah,
world,
yeah,
yeah.
most regular people are psyched on judges, right?
I
Like, yeah.
mean,
When you say
people-
psyched, can you clarify?
They hold them in high regard. They're like
Right.
well-respected community
Okay,
members.
right.
Like, yeah.
He could never talk down on the judges, even if he
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, no, of course, of course.
Well, no, I can anonymize it and say whatever I want.
Okay.
But if I put a name on it,
Right.
it's,
Your
That's
Honor.
a bad idea.
Yeah.
But no, they watch my IG. All the DAs watch my IG.
Really?
They watch your IG.
Yeah?
Detectives, they watch
they're
it
there.
'cause- because we're throwing little gems out there,
Huh.
right? Some people are implicating themselves with their own social media. Not us here.
yeah.
When,
Not us.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah.
Never
Not
us.
us.
when I was watching the judge in the Young Thug trial recently in Traplo Ross's documentary, when he was so mad at Brian Steele because of that secret meeting that they had
Yeah.
with Woody.
Ooh, he was
Yeah.
mad that
And
he
the
knew
judge-
about that shit.
The judge has no idea how he found out about it, and he's
Yeah.
so fucking mad. And he eventually kind of like deduces that the defense was probably in cahoots with him
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But the judge like really can't do anything about it. He tried to lock him up. It got overturned.
Yeah. He's supposed to go to jail. He's like, he's like, the only thing that I ask is if I just can be cellies with Young Thug while we fight our case.
Yeah. Because over the weekends, yeah.
Hey, I saw
That's
a
fire.
comment.
That's a soldier right
That's
there.
fire.
What is
I
you
saw a
talking
comment
about?
that made me laugh. It said Rosenberg.
Out hood.
Yeah.
What's that?
My
Like
nigga
Rosenberg.
Instead of
Rosenberg.
saying
Crib.
Rosenberg,
Oh.
With a C, because I'm a
Rosenberg.
crib.
That's not bad.
But check this out.
Would
I
you
s-
represent a blood?
I have.
Oh, okay, good. good, good.
Rosencrantz.
I just hung a jury, 7 not guilty, 5. I'm going to speak on the neighborhood just a little bit.
Okay.
Queen Street.
Okay.
Say less. Say less.
Shut up, Bosco.
Say
But
less,
this is
say
what I'm
less.
saying.
Uh,
And I said this to Crip Mac before. Everyone says neighborhood, but why don't we say neighborhood?
what?
like
No, is that wrong?
What the fuck?
changing the
Is that wrong?
in neighborhood. He's asking because neighborhood, right? But
It's gotta be in it.
No, that sounds too close to nigger.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I'm like,
Hey,
hey, what
You
the
might
fuck?
be. I think you're on it, big
It
dog.
sounds like that lady, the news reporter who was reporting on Kobe
Who,
Bryant.
Megan?
Wasn't
Yeah.
it Kobe Bryant's death? And she was trying to say Lakers and something else at the same time, and it ended up coming out sounding like the N word. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I think so.
That wasn't Megan, right?
I-
Megan Cuniff?
No, it wasn't her. No.
I feel like the most dangerous sports team name to say would be like the Knicks.
Oh yeah, that
The
could
New
go
York
bad.
Knicks.
Yes.
That might have been that.
Yeah.
If you're lit,
like the
Yeah.
Knickerboppers.
and you kind of
You feel me?
slur
You
Yeah.
say
that.
the Knickerboppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slur
the
that.
Yeah,
the
see?
Nickerson Gardens
Yeah.
That's
is
what
always.
Nickerson.
I can't say it without someone saying, "Hey, what are you doing?"